is no good. I'm going to wrap you across the knuckles. I've still got my phone on. We're not allowed to have phones on. The floor manager has not done her duty. There you are, ma'am. The letters tonight are these. Once Jess has taken my phone away. You have to turn it off now, otherwise it'll go bzz, bzz during the night. You know those nights that you're sitting there and suddenly you can't hear anything? It's because someone's got their phone on. First letter tonight is, I'm a shopper. I love shopping. I'm a shopaholic. Get the picture? Anyway, the problem is that she thinks traditional shopping is dying. And whose fault is it? You know who. Second letter of the evening. When I go with a guy, I don't want him to think that I'm traditionally minded or tight or a user, so I'm the first to pay for the lot. So what's wrong with that? You'll have to tune in and see. And the last letter tonight, my parents hate him. I mean, they really hate him. And his parents can't stand me either. Yes, we're playing Happy Families. When we come back with a great lineup tonight, Sweet and Sour coming up your way right now. Don't go away.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, 'cause baby, it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Oh no. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour here on Sweet and Sour. Who's up first tonight? You know him very well. You always ask for him on the internet. Hello, Lewis.
Hello, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, sir. You're always very well too.
Well, I can't complain. I've got a little bit of sciatic problems and my meniscus is playing up.
What's
but apart from that, it's a little tiny bulbous muscle at the back of your ankle.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
my meniscus
That's
is
where
giving me
it is.
jip. But apart from that, I'm dandy, can't complain. Praise the Lord for being alive, you know?
Good to have you here, sir. How's your meniscus?
Fabulous.
Apart from the rest of you as well. Terrific.
Yes.
How are you? How's business?
Yeah, great. Just very, very busy at the moment.
You're going to China.
Yes.
Business is good for some people. What do you do? Interior design.
Yes.
Any particular areas of interior design that you specialise in?
Particularly kitchens, but now I've branched out to more commercial areas. So
Like?
office fit outs.
And it's going really well.
Yeah.
You're about the only one doing really well in a downturned economy. Good to have you here, Carmen.
Thanks.
Georgie, haven't seen you for ages.
Yes, Gary.
Hello, my darling. How are you?
Very well, thanks. And you?
I'm good. I'm always good. And
That's
you're
good.
in Australia for a little while, so I can actually have you here on the panel.
I don't go away as much as you think I do, Gary.
She just says that.
I
to me,
dream a
that's
lot.
all.
I dream a lot about going to New York, but I don't get there as often as
I
I want
remember
to.
when you were in New York. You were sending me texts back then, all those years ago.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Didn't I get engaged at that time? Isn't that when I
You're
got
telling the
proposed to?
story, babe.
Yeah.
Did you? Well, it wasn't to me. I don't know.
No, not to you.
Welcome back, Georgie.
Thank
Good to have
you.
you.
Thank
My mate
you.
Neil's here too. Hello, sir.
Hello, Mitch. How are you?
I'm good. How's business?
Business is not bad at all.
Oh,
because
nice to hear.
lots of people are coming to Portacom to buy their computers.
Oh, very nice. Any specials on at the moment that we care to talk about? All right. Did you put your website up on the bottom of your
Yes, I did.
No?
Yep.
Okay, very clever. You're about the only one left standing in Perth, about the only small...
Last month we turned 33.
Wow.
So about
Happy birthday to you.
33 years ago, it was a good idea to specialise in portable computers. So if you're thinking laptops, notebooks, it's Portacom in Perth.
Here's the one. Here we go. And the first letter's titled Shop the Shop. Bettina in Henley Beach writes to us, Dear Mitch and panel, I'm a shopper. I love shopping. I'm a shopaholic. I detest the internet. It's just pretend life. But our younger generations have been totally seduced by this simulation machine, and because they are the group with the greatest disposable dollar, everything is geared to them. They don't go to the shopping centres except to hang out. They shop online. What they're doing inadvertently is heading us towards the total elimination of traditional shopping. So out goes any form of service. How do you try and address or see if the shoes look good on your feet over the net? You can't. This web monster is also about to put many of us who are employed in the retail industry out of work. I can't see any good coming in any of this. On top of that, my daughter spends her life locked in her room chatting on Facebook, Snapchat, etc. When I told her to pick up the phone or go and see her friends face to face, she said to me, "That's just boring. I'll Skype instead." Does anyone realise that our entire culture is being electronically destroyed? How do we safeguard all those shops and our traditional social interactions? Is it too late? P.S. I'm very well advised, cop this is a bit of a twist. I'm very well advised that traditional brothels are also going broke because people are linking up for sex on the net and paying nothing. This thing is utterly uncontrollable. Bettina, as we said, from Henley Beach in WA. Neil, any particular interest in that last paragraph?
None whatsoever since I've been married.
Before marriage? Go
None
on.
then either.
Is traditional shopping being killed?
I do agree things are changing.
Things are changing.
Technological advances move into lots of different industries, and it actually does change things, of course. And I too like to physically see things and try them on and things like that. But if it's under $500, I do tend to look on the internet and shop that way as well. It's convenient.
It's convenient.
It's even possible to get things out of the US quicker than you're getting them from Sydney, so that's a handy thing.
Amazing.
But just remember when the days of cinema were meant to be over, when VHS tapes came out, it was meant to be all over. And then it was meant to be all over when DVD came along. And then it was meant to be over with Blu-ray and then streaming video now, which is what's actually going on currently. People get tired of just staying at home and doing everything all the time. Look at the cinemas now.
You want to go shopping?
You want to go outside. You want to see the world. It's an experiment right now. But now the cinemas are full of people. I'm still buying chocolate bombs constantly.
He does.
And they're making a fortune. So
Georgie, do you like going traditional shopping?
Gary, I, like Bettina, am a shopaholic, and I've been in the fashion retail scene my entire life. Now, like anything else in life, times progress and changes come along, and internet shopping has affected retail.
Do you internet shop as well?
I do,
Okay.
but also, and I'm in retail now in menswear, but also you're always going to have people who are not going to buy things on the internet. You know, I buy things on the internet, and I'm also a person who loves going in for the experience of shopping, for the tactile feeling, touching the fabrics, seeing. But you know, I love the fact that I can get on the internet and I can get any label I want.
But the question, Carmen, is there enough quantity of the people who like that tactile connection to their shopping over the next few years to make sure it stays? What's your feeling? You're in business. Do people buy kitchens over the internet?
They do. They can, you know, with the
Really?
IKEA, that it's all pre-made. It all depends on what market you're serving, like budget or high end. But also, I think there will always be a retail market, particularly for people like me that are always chasing their tail. When I need to go out and I need a top for the night, I can't go on the internet and sit there. It's easier for me to go out 2 hours before I need to go out and go and buy a new outfit. And leave everything
2
to
hours
us.
before you go out.
Things to
Louis,
be
what
paid to
about
see.
you? What sort of shopper are you? Are you both shoppers now, internet and traditional?
I'm a traditional shopper myself, you know, I like to see how it fit and feel, you know. And yeah, but if I can't get it in the shop and I know it's coming up, and like stuff for the little fella, I'll get it online. That's
Get it
kosher.
online.
But variety is the spice of life. It's the new thing that's happening.
It's a new
It's
thing.
going to be around forever.
We're gonna have to
it's,
cope.
it's going to become more and more convenient. You can buy shit off your watch. Oh, I think I'll just get a penis enlarger. Beautiful. So there you go. As for the brothels, I don't know about the brothels because I've never been in one. I mean, I've never been in one and paid for. Anyway, I digress. I don't know about the brothels, but you know, there's always those hard-up geezers that need to pay for rogering. So I reckon they'll stay in.
We'll talk about that
In
during the
business,
break.
mate. Love it. And it's South Australia. Bettina, Henley, South Australia. There's nothing you can do about it, love. It's just the way of the world,
South
mate. It's
Australia
just the way it's going.
down the tubes. Goodness
Laughing.
me.
But
When we come back, we're going to talk about who pays the bill when you go out. Who does pay the bill? Do you pay the bill, Carmen?
Yes.
Ooh, Georgie?
Not usually.
There you go. When we come back, who pays the bill? Don't go away. What do you...
Plus, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And for a behind-the-scenes look at Sweet and Sour, check us out on Instagram.
And for everyone who sends us in a letter that we discussed. We're going to send you to the movies, courtesy of our gorgeous Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week, there it is Goldstone. Straight into letter number 2. Hello, panellists. I don't know how to split the bill. If I invite someone to coffee, lunch or dinner, then no question it's my tab to pick up. When I go with a guy, I don't want him to think that I'm traditionally minded or tight or a user, so I'm the first to pay for the lot. I can't help thinking how mean it is just to not offer to pay for yourself, so I don't. I need to know though what is proper protocol because it leaves me constantly broke. It's always my fault because I offer first and then insist, but I need to find out how it works and then I might be a little more comfortable sitting back and letting someone else pick up the bill. My sister told me that my constantly picking up the tab is a reflection of my low self-esteem. I tend to be a really big gift giver also, and I rarely ever receive similar value back from those I give to. What am I doing wrong, please? Janice of Liverpool in New South Wales. Well, Lewis, she actually noticed that she's not getting value back.
Yeah, but she's not really. You're not really doing anything wrong.
You're just being generous. But why do you notice? Why do you notice?
Yeah, I don't think
what
you
you're
should
getting
push
back.
it. I don't think you should push it to the point of being broke, though. Do you know what I mean? If it's a good mate, invite around your house for coffee, and then it's like 25 cents for a spoonful of this and that. Do you know what I mean? But if you're out for a first date with a geezer, then I think you shouldn't really pay for anything. You should do the polite sort of, and the bill comes, and then you go the old, shall we go Dutch? And then he'll go, no, it's okay, that's okay, no problem. And then you'll be sorted. Do you know what I mean?
That's actually a good approach. Shall we go Dutch? Is that easy conversation to have now?
Well,
Shall we go Dutch?
If a girl says to you, shall we go Dutch, you're automatically going to say, no, it's all right, darling, I've got it sorted, don't worry about it, lovely jubbly.
There you go, good strategy. Shall we go Dutch?
Unless she's
No,
from
darling, I've
Holland.
got it sorted. Unless she's what?
From Holland?
Unless she's from Holland. All right, Carmen.
I think
Do
whoever.
you pay?
It's a mixture, of what happens. I think the person that normally invites or insinuates the actual meeting, they should offer to pay first, and then it may. And always, as a female, always offer to pay. That's just the
You
person
always
yeah.
offer to pay?
Yeah.
How do you feel when you pay?
Fine.
No
Because I
issue.
wouldn't offer otherwise. I'm a strong person myself. So yeah.
Okay, so you're happy to pay?
Yes.
If it's been a rotten date, are you still happy to pay?
Well, that's me saying yes to the date. So yeah, it was just
So hang
you
on,
win some, leave some.
If you're asked out on a date, will you still offer to pay?
Yeah, it's just polite.
Okay.
Can you invite me out?
We're all going out courtesy of Carmen.
But I think
What's the problem with this woman,
She can
though?
also think about it as well and think outside the square. Like maybe pick places that you actually have set menu prices so people can't go and order like lobster over here and someone has like a sandwich over there. Like maybe think outside the square or pick a place that you pay,
Just in case she's
order
gonna
and
get
pay
caught.
at the same time. But I don't think it's particularly a date. I think also it's friends. So other groups of people as well.
She seems
So,
to be.
yeah.
Her sister might be right. It might be, that she does have a self-esteem problem, or it might just be your habit. In the conversation. No, I'll pay.
I don't think going out just saying you're broke though, Gaz. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
Agreed.
go on picnics and everyone brings a dish.
Yeah, if you know you're going to be out of pocket, go to places where you're not going to be out of pocket. Maybe. Do you like being paid for, or do you offer to pay?
If I'm going out with a friend, I would probably pay one time. She would probably pay another time.
You said she'll.
She would.
She would.
Well, if it's a friend, I actually have lovely male friends who take me out for dinner and insist on paying for dinner. But then I do things like get them around to the house and cook them dinner, and things like that. But yes, on dates, I must admit, I learnt my lesson with the first person that I had a bad experience with, and I've been really lucky that I've had some chivalrous men in my life, and they've insisted on always.
They've always picked up the tab except for
they have.
one bad experience. Am I hearing that right?
One bad relationship where.
One bad
where
Hang on, you're in a relationship.
I paid for everything, but yeah, no, I think
How long did this relationship go on for?
years, off and on.
Treat him and keep him keen.
But he lived on the other side of the country, so we didn't see
so
each
you
other
didn't-
very.
Okay.
But anyway, having said that, I do think that possibly you do have you want people to like you, so you're always offering or insisting to pay. I knew somebody like this who actually paid to the point of him being broke and not being able to pay for bills, but insisted on picking up the tab at tables of 10. I think you need to,
Silly.
I think you need to get some sort of balance in your
It's
life.
all about how he saw himself.
Yeah.
Neil,
Common sense prevails.
which is what?
If you're with friends, we're all Dutch. If you're with a romantic interest, allow the man to make the first move. It's a chivalrous type of thing.
Oh, very traditional.
And then over time, if it develops into something romantic, I would expect the woman to at least offer from time to time, and it's a bit of a balancing act.
Very traditional.
Lots. If they don't offer, I'm not paid.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you offer, no, it's all right, but if you don't offer.
Yeah, I can always say, if you offer, I can say no.
Really?
And the
You've got to offer.
And on the odd occasion, I'll say yes.
If you don't
Or
know,
if you don't know.
so it's a
But
first
you've got to
date,
offer.
You're saying.
If you
It's a
take your
first
lady out to
date.
Indians, then it's all the same.
Yeah.
But then, of course, if you're trying to buy friends, then
Yeah.
they're not actually friends of yours at all.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
self-esteem
right.
issue if you
It
need to
is.
buy friends.
Your sister may actually have a point, so just be aware. Make sure these people like you before you take them out
Do
to dinner.
your in-laws like you?
I hope so.
You hope so. Well, when we come back, we're talking about two sets of in-laws, and they both hate the opposite kid who they married. So when we come back, shame and scandal in the family, not quite, but almost. When we come back, don't go away, more of Sweet and Sour. See you soon. Your in-laws?
I don't know which I like best, watching the show or being on the show. Love it.
It's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. And dear Sweet and Sour from Marnie of East Perth in WA. My parents hate him. I mean, really hate him. His parents can't stand me. So you can imagine that we don't spend a lot of time visiting. Instead, I'll go visit my folks and he'll go visit his. My parents always thought I married the wrong man because he's too blunt for them and he won't change. He told my dad that he was killing himself with his smoking and bad diet, and he told my mum that she was an enabler, making it easy for her husband to kill himself slowly. His parents hate me because they think it's my fault that my parents hate him. Anyway, it's just spiralled into the negative over all this time. We've been married for 3 years. Well, I'm pregnant, and as we both work, we need to babysit 2 days a week. We will need babysitters 2 days a week each. Both parents have said not so far. Have said no so far. Geez, the mouth is not working again. My husband wants to invite both sets of parents around to our apartment at the same time, thinking that everyone will have to be civil to one another and both will be embarrassed to say no to babysitting in front of the other set of in-laws. Really? Is this a plan? Is there a better way here? Do people ever get past these long-standing resentments? Can we possibly have a babysitting team in place by the time we need it? Some strategy advice, please, panellists. As we said, Marnie of East Perth in WA. Did you need babysitters, Georgie?
I was lucky enough to have my mum. My mum was around. She looked after Isabella, and plus I had my own business, so I could take my daughter to work with me.
And did you do that?
Oh yeah.
How many days a week?
Oh, not all the time, but you know, I was.
When you needed to, you could.
Yeah, I could just. Well, she came with me on buying trips to Sydney, and yeah. It was,
I might have to do that. You might have to go to work. It's an odd situation that we have nowadays, you know, catering to women in the workforce, but we don't have facilities to look after kids, and that's a natural thing. So, what's happening here? They don't have babysitters.
I really think it's not an ideal situation that you're in, obviously.
Is it going to work, inviting them both over and saying, guys, we need you to babysit?
No, I wouldn't do that. If they've already said no, then just to be on the safe side, have another plan up your sleeve and try and get this. I mean, you and your husband love each other. That's the most important thing. But it's really nice to have the support of the parents, because I know when I had Isabella, I couldn't have done it without my mum's help. She was fabulous, and she's the only person that I relied on.
This woman's going to have her mum. What mum would say no to her
But
granddaughter or grandson?
But she said no.
I wonder why that is.
So far.
So far. Okay. So,
well, parents are generally much more mature And
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, then they're siblings. They know how much the grandparents are going to be needed to help look after the child.
Why would they be
all know.
bothering to play
Because they've
hardball?
raised children, because they are a bit sad about the situation, being told by a youngest person that their lifestyle is a bit odd.
What will happen?
I think you've just got to say, they know that they're going to be required. So getting them together and just say, it's time to be sort of mature about this and act like adults, and that's all of them.
You're going to be sitting there waving the finger at them.
No, they
think he's arrogant and he's going to invite them in to wave with them.
He has to pull his head in, and they've got to be a lot more mature because they're raising a child.
Men always fight. Let the women do it. God, I'd get all men out of Parliament. Have a look at the mess that they've made over the last
I think that's a great idea.
few weeks. Leave it to the women. They'll sort it out. Women look after kids and grandkids. Sorry, that's being awfully sexist, but I think it's true. Men have got too much testosterone to work things like this out. Carmen, sorry.
I actually think they should think right outside the square and maybe go to like a TV program channel and actually do a reality TV show and get the cameras in and then invite the parents over without them knowing, and then everyone acts.
Now that would really be embarrassing because
Yes.
no parent
Well, they're
would want
acting
to
like
say no to
children,
their Oh.
So they get treated like children.
Current affair, you're going to get a telephone call.
Yes.
They won't be talking to each other ever again.
Well, that's right. That's sealing the deal.
Yes.
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
Yes, they will. Parents are nurturers.
But
sure.
I actually think you should go back to the fact that why are they relying on their parents to actually babysit the kids? Like,
Because they haven't planned properly.
what? Some
Really?
people don't have that luxury of having parents or parents
That's
that can
true.
actually
So
look
what would you have
after.
done?
Yeah. What would you done in that?
You decided to have a kid without having a plan, or your plan has fallen over. Doesn't sound like it.
So I
Didn't
just
sound
think
you
like
had
you've
one.
got to think right. Yeah.
You
right
get a
outside the square.
nanny. There's plenty of ways to go around it.
Men
Not rocket
can't
science.
solve these problems, but we're leaving the last word to a man. Louis, come on in. Tell us what you think.
Well, I think that, once the... Once he pops out and grandmama on both sides, grandpapa or whatever, see the little tiny bundle of joyous loveliness,
It'll all
he's going to get all
fall
floppy.
over.
This geezer here with the attitude is going to get chilled out because he's going to be knackered. And he'll be like, yes, grandmama, no, grandma, 3 bags for anybody to help me out in my situation. Do you know what I mean? And I reckon they'll come to the party.
to the party.
They'll look after the little bumpkins because little bumpkins are irresistible.
Question.
Yes.
Do you like this letter to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies?
Well,
courtesy
no,
of a long
because he's an
trees?
arrogant
No?
bastard. I
'Cause he's
reckon
an arrogant
number
bastard, we
2,
don't live it.
because she's got low self-esteem and what's her name? Jealous
like
from
the letter-
Liverpool. If you're in my neck of the woods, man, come over to my place and I'll cheer you up a little bit. You know what I mean?
What does she do? Oh, splitting the bill.
That's the girl,
Which
number
one
2.
do you like, Carmen?
I think cheering is it Janice? With
Janice
some
of Liverpool, New
sunglasses
South
as well
Wales?
would be a great idea.
What do we like over here?
That'll do.
She's hungry. She wants to get home.
I'm hungry.
To the age of my daughter, 2.
Oh, that's very cute. Okay, coming out to Janice of Liverpool in New South Wales, a pair of limited edition sunnies, courtesy of Along Trees and Aussie Opticals. We're going to have to go.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's been good to have you here, sir. I haven't seen you for a while.
Well, it's been 5 weeks, but I'll see you soon.
Oh, it's only been 5 weeks. Okay. You're going to China?
Yeah, hopefully in the very near future.
All right. Come back and tell us what China's like when you come back.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I'd love to come back.
Where are you going, Georgie? She said she's never going anywhere, but
Go
she's
to
always...
Bali for my brother's 50th.
Your brother's turning 50. When
No,
will you
that
be
was
away?
yesterday. That
Oh,
was
happy
yesterday.
birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, Russell.
Russell, happy birthday from all of us here at Sweet and Sour. We're sending
happy
you out a
birthday.
pair of Liberty. No, we're not. We haven't got enough. Happy
Sorry,
birthday.
Ross.
Where are you going, Neil?
I've just come back.
Wow.
You've been to Disneyland, I know.
Disney World.
Disney World, there's a difference.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Can you come back next week?
I'll do my best.
You're going on a radio station soon, aren't you?
Possibly, yes.
You need to practice. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew. And thanks for having us at home tonight, Australia. Good night, everyone. This is the wave time, everyone. That's it. That's it. That's how we wave. Something like that. And the floor manager's telling me what? We've got to wrap it up. We know that. We've already said good night. We're very good. We'll see you next week. Neil's going to come back. Georgie will be in Bali. Where will you be?
Around.
And Louis?
I'll be on the couch watching videos.
He won't be at Club Bayview, I can tell you that. Not anymore. Good night, everyone. Thanks for having us. Bye-bye.